Hi everybody, it's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography. Welcome back to the channel. And today there's another Lightroom update just released by Adobe. It doesn't seem that long since the last one, but yeah, we have a new version, Lightroom 14.5. So while this is mostly an under the hood release, this update does have a couple of new features and there's one big fix for Generative Remove. So let me show you what's new. One of the big issues with the AI-based erase is that sometimes, particularly if you have a place that is like quite a touristy place and you try to remove the people, what it will do is it will actually replace those people often with other people, which is not really what you want. So to give you an example, here's an image of the New York Public Library that I took a few years ago, and if I go down here to the distraction removal, and you see I've already done this, and I hit remove, watch what happens. You see, it's replaced it with another person. See, and that's not really what we wanted. So if I click on this and, oh look, there's somebody else altogether again. And there's another person. So yeah, so that is not ideal. So in the new version, they have supposedly fixed this. So let's update and find out if it's fixed. Okay, so now we are trying it in 14.5. Fingers crossed it works, and oh, look at that. You can see it's removed everybody, and it's worked this time. So that's this little bit here. It's just got a shadow because it didn't select the full person, but you can see it's definitely much better. I've tried this on a few other images on my other computer and it seems to be much better. So yeah, so that is the new Generative Remove updates. So this had been added to Photoshop already, so if you had problems in the past, you could just use Photoshop. But now it's good to see the new model is in Lightroom. Okay, so the next thing that they have done is they have finally enabled the GPU to be used when generating previews. Now, I thought this was already the case, but obviously not. So to give it a test, let's do a quick before and after test. So I have a folder here with 100 images in it, and I'm going to regenerate the previews for these. I'm still in the old version 14.4, so let's start with that. So select all, and then first thing we want to do is we're going to delete the previews. So discard standard and blah blah blah. So now we will regenerate, and I have the stopwatch ready on my phone, and so library, previews, and we're just going to build one-to-one previews and hit start. Okay, so that took 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Not too bad, not great. These are all from my Canon R6 Mark II, so they're 24 megapixel RAW files. So now let's use the updated version and see how quick it is using the GPU. Okay, so now we're in 14.5 and let's see how long this takes this time. So again, we're going to delete our previews. So discard previews. Okay. And first thing we want to do is go into preferences and make sure this is using the GPU. So if we go to performance, use GPU for preview generation is set to auto. I'm just going to turn it on. It should work anyway, but I'm going to make sure it works by turning it on. You should really just have to leave that in auto. I get my stopwatch ready on my phone. Library, previews, build one-to-one previews, and start. Okay, so that is dramatically faster. And the last time it took 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and this time it was just 44 seconds. So, as you can see, a big improvement, and I'm sure many people will be happy with that. And bear in mind, I'm using an M1 Max, Max Studio, so if you have like an M3 or an M4, you should get even faster results. Let me just show you one more thing. I'll just find an image. The other thing they've added, it's kind of a nerdy thing, but it's actually really useful. You know when you go to copy and paste settings, so if I go and C, you get all these checkboxes for various different adjustments, and you can turn them on and off. Well, they've now added the ability to create and make subsets, which is really handy because this also works if you're creating a preset. So when I'm creating a preset, I often use the same set of parameters to save, so you can see them all here. So now I can just go save, and I can call this And then so I can start again, create a different one. So sorry, I just want to copy the detail settings here. We can save this as. So now I can copy the details and paste that to another image, but then say I want to go back and save whatever I've done to this as a preset. So I just go Command Shift N, and we go back up here and we go preset defaults, and it has restored our selection. So that's really, really useful. It's one of those things that sounds, when you read it on paper, it goes, but it's actually, if you save presets a lot, or even if you just do a lot of copy and pasting, it's actually really, really useful. So that is kind of the main features that are in this version of Lightroom. So there's a few other things as well. There's the usual bug fixes and new camera support. So yeah, so that's what is new in the latest version of Lightroom, Lightroom 14.5. And of course, there's the Lightroom desktop and Lightroom mobile updates that came out as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. See you next time. Bye.